Hello, I am Faith Isibo, Executive Virtual Assistant and Operations Optimizer. In this walkthrough, I'll be showing you a client onboarding and project management system that I built using Airtable and Zapier. Right here, this project was designed for a creative and service-based businesses that wants to streamline their operations and manage their projects more efficiently. So right here, I'll be taking you through the setup on Airtable. On Airtable here, I have 5 main tables, and also I have this client's feedback table, which is done after a project is completed. So right here, we have the client table, which has different views for active clients. And then we have for new clients, whenever a client fills the intake form, it comes in. And here we have for welcome sent. This welcome sent is for the onboarding form. So if the client hasn't filled your body form yet, you will see their details here that they haven't filled it yet. So it still remains on welcome sent. So right here is our main table for all clients. And also here we have the project table. Here on the project table, we have the project, we have start dates, we have due dates, we have status, and every other thing. And right here, we have different views for the project table as well. And right here, we have the tax table, which we have the tax, the start date, and then the due date, and every other details that is needed is right here on the tax table. And here we have the meeting table as well. And we have different views for it also. Here we have the invoice table, and we have views for it, unpaid invoice, and then the main table for all invoice is right here. And here we have the client's feedback table. This client's feedback table is mainly for completed projects. So whenever a client's project is completed, a feedback form is sent to them so they can give their rating and their comments on the project. So right here, these 5 tables, all tables are connected together. They are linked and connected together so that whenever a client fills the intake form, their details and everything automatically connects to each table. So you can easily see their project, their meeting, their invoice, the tax attached to them, and their feedback. Everything is connected together on this table. So right here, I will take you through the interface. So here is my interface setup. I have 3 main sections, which is the project tracker, the meetings, the client's record summary. So this project tracker keeps record of the progress of each client on this table. And also the meeting keeps record of the due dates and upcoming meetings. It is in calendar interface. So right here, we have the client's record summary. Here you can see the summary, the overview of each client on the table. Right here, you can easily see that. Just a little bit summary of each client on the table. And also, in this Airtable, I created some automations. These automations here also work hand in hand with that of Zapier. So right here, we have the invoice due reminder. We have the client onboarding form submission. We have the project record updates. We have tax assignment notifier to the team. We have client feedback. Then we have the scheduled meeting updates. This tax notifier, it also sends to Slack. So whenever a tax is assigned to any team member, they get an email, and also a notification is sent to Slack for all team members. Makes it easy for communication. So right here on Zapier, we have 3 main automations. Here I have built these 3 zaps, which also works hand in hand with the automations on Airtable. And right here on Slack is where communication takes place for all team members. So they can easily see what is ongoing and how the project is progressing and which member is assigned to a task. So every notification comes in here for easy communication. Then right here on my drive, I have the company, the Legionnaire client projects. I have the company folder right here. This is the main folder. And right here in this folder, subfolders will be created whenever a client is onboarded into the system. a subfolder is created right here, which is also shared to the clients so that the clients can easily see the progress of his or her projects, and that creates transparency and trust. And right here on Calendly, this Calendly, a link is built in here. So whenever a client fills the intake form, this link is sent to an email, to their email with the onboarding form. So this link, they can use the link to schedule a meeting for their kickoff call and how they want their project to be delivered, to give other details that they need. And right here on Google Calendar, it is linked to Calendly. So whenever a client picks a date for their kickoff call, it also comes in here and updates Google Calendar. So that is how it works right over here. So here, I would like to try out the automations in real time. So you would see how all of this works together. So let's say, for example, here is my form. Here is my intake form for this project. So here I'm going to open this intake form. I will copy the link and then I will use my details to fill in this intake form. So right here, I'll copy my link, the link to the intake form. Then I'll go over here so I can use my details to fill this intake form. So you will see how this works in real time. So here I'll fill in the client's name and then the rest of the details. So you will see how the automation works in real time. So right here, I'm done filling my intake form and I'm going to click on the submit button. So let's see how this works. So right here, I have submitted my intake form and I'll go over to the client's table to see how this comes in. So here you can see Faith Isibo. That is the email. And here is the company name I filled in as a new client and referred. So the note I put in was none for now, and that is what came in exactly. So right here now, the automation must have sent an email to me to fill in my onboarding form. You can see that it has automatically changed to welcome sent. So it has sent an email to me to fill in my onboarding form and also to schedule my kickoff call so they would understand the projects and come back to update things properly. So right here, you can see, here is in my email, the kickoff form has been sent. Welcome to Leginal Creative. Let's get started. So let me open this email. You can see that welcome aboard Faith Visible. We are excited to have you on this journey. So to get started, please complete your onboarding form here. So right here, I'll click this link to complete my onboarding form. Then we will come back to also schedule the kickoff meeting. So right here, let's complete the onboarding form. Here you can see that my name is already pre-filled. My email is already pre-filled by the automation. So here I'll just have to fill in my projects. So the project I want, let's say website revamp. So here let's fill in the start dates. Let's say the start date okay would be 19. I'm done filling my onboarding form and I'm going to click on the submit button. So let's see how the automation works. So right there, it will fill in on my project table already. Here, I've submitted my onboarding form. Then I will go over to the welcome email back, and then I'm going to schedule a kickoff meeting using this link below. This is the Calendly link. So I'm going to schedule the kickoff meeting. So let's do that. So here, kickoff call. I'm making this video on the 17th. I'm going to schedule this meeting for 20th, which is Monday. I'm going to schedule this meeting for 20th, and my peak time is 12 o'clock. So I can schedule it for any time I'm available because they have other available time here, but I'm going to pick 20 for this example. So right here, 12 o'clock. So here I'm going to fill in my detail. So I'm not adding a guest. And is there anything you would like us to prepare or share before the call? I'll say none for now. So right here, I'm done filling in my form for the kickoff meeting, and I'm going to schedule my events. So here, let's go back. You see, you are scheduled. So I believe that has come up on my Calendly and also on my table. On my project tables, must have showed my projects and all and linked both my name in. And also, it must have also come in on my Google Calendar. So let's check that out. So right here, you can see the client's detail status has automatically changed to active because I filled the onboarding form. And then you can see that also, you can see that even the meeting itself has also been scheduled, kickoff call. So let's go over to the meeting table. So right here on the meeting table, you can see I've scheduled a kickoff call for 20th October 2025, 12 o'clock p.m. And right here, the status has updated to upcoming to show that it is an upcoming meeting. So the note I fill in is what? None for now. So after the meeting, if there should be a follow-up, the team will also update it here to be yes or no. You can see the client record that is linked in to this table automatically updates everything. Here is the client record. My name is updated, my email is updated, active client, and also my company name is updated, and the notes that I filled in is updated. So they all automatically came in to show that this is the client that filled the onboarding form. So also right here, let's check the Calendly. So you can see that here is Calendly. It has also been put here in Calendly as an upcoming meeting. Event type, kickoff call, one host, and Faith Isibo. So let's also check Google Calendar to see how it's also linked in. So it was scheduled for 20th. Let's see. Okay, are you seeing that? Here also, it has also come in for 20th of October. It has shown that I have scheduled a kickoff meeting for 20th of October. This calendar is connected to my Calendly, so everything shows here in real time. And also, let's go over here. You can see that new event, Faith Isibo, 12 o'clock. So the event has been scheduled right here. And also, let's go over to Slack. So you will see how the communication works here. You can see, okay, for today, you can see that, right? But today, when I scheduled the meeting, when I first onboarded and scheduled a kickoff call, everything comes in here. New clients onboarded, and then the client's name, the email. Then you see that it's also created a folder created in Drive, kickoff tags added to Airtable. You can see that. So when I booked the meeting and scheduled a call for my kickoff, right here it comes in, kickoff call booked, then the client's name, the dates, the meeting type, the email, it also comes in. So right here, let me go over to the folder. So you will see that it has created a folder for me as a new client. Can you see that? It's visible. It wasn't here before. So now you can see a subfolder has been created for me inside the main folder of the company. So right here, everything I need to know about my project will be put in, and I can easily see the progress and everything. So also, let's go back to the client table. No, over here to the project table. So I'm going to update the due date. I'm going to update everything that needs to be updated, like the assigned team member for this project. And then you will see that an email will also be sent to Slack. And also, I'm going to go over and also update the tags assigned to this project and the assigned team member as well. So these updates, the email will be sent to the assigned team member, and also an update will go in on Slack. So right here, let's update the due dates. Okay, let's say the due dates now will be on the 25th. So let's say the due date is on the 25th, and then I assign myself as the assigned team member for this project so that you can easily see how this works. You can see that in progress. So the project has automatically changed to in progress, and an email has been sent to me. Here, you can see an email was sent to me. Hi, Faith Isipo, a new project has been assigned to you. Website revamp. You can see that then the client's name, the start date for the project, then the description, and every other detail I need to deliver. So they are right here. So now let's go over to this place and also update the tasks. An email will also be sent, and also the Slack communication will also be sent. So right here, let me update a task for this. So what would I call my task? Here, I'm going to add a task. Let's say research. So when I add up these tasks, an email will be sent to me as well because I'm still the assigned team member. So right here on Slack, you can see it. Hey team, a new task has just dropped, assigned to Faith. So the due date is not yet there. Then let's keep updates in this trend. Ping me if you need anything. So right here, you can see new task is assigned, and then the project it's attached to also came in as well. So let's go over back to the table. Let's go over to the invoice. So this is the invoice. I'm going to use this as an example for this so you would see how it works in real time. Let's say this invoice is connected to me as the new client. So after the kickoff meeting, I came back here, I filled in the detail, changed it to pending, and then I came here and linked my name to the invoice. Every other details will come in as the client that owns this invoice. So here, let me link my details to it as the new client that came in. You can see that every other detail is automatically updated, my email and then the company. So right over here, let's say the invoice due date. The invoice is due. So let's say the due date is on the 16th, and a friendly email will be sent to me to notify me about my invoice being due on the 16th. So right here, let's change this to 16th. So I'm sure that my automation must have run and an email was sent to me to remind me of my invoice due date. So right here, let's go over to my email to check that out. Oh, right here, you can see friendly reminder, invoice due. So here, hi Faith Isibo, I hope you are doing well. I just wanted to send a quick reminder that your invoice is due today. The total amount is, you can see that right on the table, and the due date is, so you can see a friendly reminder was sent to me about my invoice being due. Right here, let's go back to the Airtable. So let's go to the project table. So let's see how this automation also works. Okay, let's say now my project is done and completed, and then this has been changed to completed projects. But first, let's check our tax table. The tax table, you can see I did not insert my due dates. So if I should put these due dates in, the Slack message will have to send to remind the team about the due dates. So for now, let's go back to the project table. So this project table, let's say, for example, my project is done and completed, and we want to change this to completed. A feedback form will be sent to the client to fill in the feedback form about the project and to make their comments. So let's change this to completed and see how it works in real time. Completed, you can see that. So I'm sure that my automation must have run and a feedback form So right here, you can see we would love your feedback. You can see that. Hi, Faith Isipo, congratulations on completing your project. We would love your feedback on the project website revamp. So you can see that I'm going to fill in this feedback form. So here I'm going to fill in my name for the feedback form. And I'm going to give a feedback score, let's say 4. Then I'm going to write a comment. Thanks. So this is it right here. I'm done filling in my feedback form and I'm going to click on submit. So let's go back and see how it also works. Feedback table. You can see my feedback has come in and this is the 4. This is the rating. This is the comment I made. And here the date is automatically updated to show that the client filled the feedback form today. So this is it about this automation and how it works. This system was designed to reduce repetitive admin work and make client management seamless from intake to project completion. It shows how I use automation tools like Airtable, Zapier, and Slack to improve organization, communication, and efficiency. Thank you so much for watching my walkthrough. I am Faith Isibo, and I help teams simplify their workflow so they can focus on what truly matters. Thank you. Bye.